Have you ever felt like you're losing your child? Not because of anything you've done, but because someone else is poisoning your relationship? This incredibly painful experience is called parental alienation, and its effects go far deeper than just emotional pain. Today, we're going to talk about something you might not expect: how parental alienation literally changes your brain chemistry. Specifically, we're diving into how it impacts serotonin, the so-called happy chemical, and what that means for both parents and children caught in this devastating situation. This isn't just about feelings, it's about biology. And understanding this connection is the first step toward healing. So, what exactly is parental alienation? It's when one parent deliberately undermines, damages, or severs the relationship between their child and the other parent. This isn't just a simple disagreement or a bad co-parenting day. It's a sustained campaign of psychological manipulation. Think of it like this. One parent is planting seeds of doubt, fear, or resentment in the child's mind against the other parent. This can involve bad-mouthing, limiting contact, creating loyalty conflicts, or even making false accusations. The end goal is to make the child reject the targeted parent. This creates a constant state of emotional warfare, causing immense stress, confusion, and long-term harm for everyone involved, especially the child who is caught in the middle. Now, let's talk about serotonin. You've probably heard of it, but what does it really do? Serotonin is a vital neurotransmitter in our brains and bodies. It's like a master regulator for our well-being. It plays a huge role in stabilizing our mood, managing our emotions, and helping us feel happy and calm. But its job doesn't stop there. Serotonin also influences our sleep cycles, digestion, memory, and even our social behavior. When our serotonin levels are healthy and balanced, we feel more emotionally stable, optimistic, and resilient. But when these levels drop, it's a completely different story. Low serotonin is directly linked to serious issues like anxiety, depression, obsessive-compulsive behaviors, and an overall sense of emotional imbalance. It's the chemical foundation for our mental and emotional health. So, how does parental alienation, an emotional issue, disrupt something physical like our serotonin levels? The connection is through stress. Parental alienation is a source of chronic, unrelenting emotional stress. When we're under stress, our bodies release a hormone called cortisol. In short bursts, cortisol is helpful. It gives us the fight or flight response. But when the stress never ends, like in an alienation situation, our cortisol levels stay chronically high. Here is the critical part. Chronically high cortisol actively suppresses your body's ability to produce and use serotonin. It's a direct biochemical attack. Both the alienated parent and the child are trapped in this high-stress environment, meaning both are at a significant risk for having their serotonin systems thrown completely out of whack. It's a physiological response to a psychological war. Let's look at the impact on children first, because they are the most vulnerable. A child caught in the crossfire of parental alienation is living in a state of constant confusion, guilt, and loyalty conflicts. They are forced to choose between two people they are biologically programmed to love. Imagine being told that one of your parents is bad, unloving, or even dangerous. It creates a deep internal conflict that is incredibly damaging. Research shows that over 60% of children in high-conflict custody battles feel torn between their parents. This emotional turmoil is a massive stressor that can directly lower their serotonin levels. The consequences show up in their behavior. They might become anxious, depressed, withdrawn, or act out in anger. Their school performance often suffers, and their ability to form healthy relationships in the future can be severely compromised. Now let's turn to the targeted parent. The experience of being an alienated parent is one of profound rejection, powerlessness, and agonizing isolation. You are watching your child pull away, often becoming hostile, and there's little you can do to stop it. The constant anxiety about losing your child for good, combined with the pain of being misrepresented and falsely accused, creates a perfect storm for chronic stress. It is no surprise that studies have found that around 75% of alienated parents exhibit significant symptoms of depression. This isn't just sadness, it's a deep chemical change. The relentless worry and grief keep cortisol levels sky high, which, as we know, tanks serotonin production. The feeling of helplessness only makes it worse, creating a vicious cycle of stress, low serotonin, and deepening depression and anxiety. When serotonin levels plummet, the psychological consequences can be severe. Let's be clear about what this looks like. The most common outcome is depression. We're not talking about just feeling sad for a day or two. This is a persistent state of hopelessness, emptiness, and a loss of interest in activities you once enjoyed. It feels like a heavy, dark cloud that just won't lift. Then there's anxiety. Low serotonin can lead to constant worry, overthinking every little thing, and even panic attacks. Social situations can become terrifying, leading to withdrawal and further isolation, which only makes the problem worse. In the most severe cases, persistently low serotonin can lead to suicidal thoughts. Tragically, studies indicate that up to 40% of individuals with untreated conditions related to low serotonin may experience thoughts of self-harm. This is why recognizing the biochemical impact of parental alienation is a matter of life and death. If you or someone you know is struggling, please reach out. You can call or text 988 in the US and Canada, or connect with a local crisis line. Your life matters. The good news is that you are not powerless. There are concrete steps you can take to rebuild your serotonin levels and reclaim your emotional health. First and foremost is therapy, especially cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT. It can help you process the trauma, challenge the negative thought patterns, and develop effective coping skills. Nutrition is also key. Your body needs raw materials to make serotonin, and the most important one is an amino acid called tryptophan. You can find it in foods like turkey, eggs, cheese, nuts, and seeds. Regular exercise is another powerful tool. Physical activity is a natural serotonin booster and a fantastic way to reduce cortisol and burn off stress. Practices like mindfulness, meditation, and yoga are also incredibly effective. They help calm the nervous system, lower cortisol, and promote emotional balance. In some cases, medication like SSRIs, selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors, may be necessary to correct the chemical imbalance, especially when symptoms are severe. And finally, never underestimate the power of social support. Connecting with friends, family, or a support group breaks the cycle of isolation and is crucial for healing. So, what's the big takeaway here? Parental alienation is not just an emotional problem, it is a biochemical one. It is a form of trauma that physically alters the brain chemistry of both the parent and the child. The chronic stress it creates systematically depletes serotonin, leading to serious mental health conditions like depression and anxiety. Understanding this link is vital because it reframes the solution. Healing isn't just about thinking positive or getting over it. It requires a holistic approach that addresses the biological damage. Healing requires awareness, compassionate and professional intervention, and a dedicated combination of therapy, healthy lifestyle habits, and strong, supportive relationships. By tackling the problem from all angles, psychological, emotional, and biological, we can begin to counteract the devastating effects of parental alienation and start the journey back to health and wholeness. Thank you so much for watching and for taking the time to understand this incredibly important topic. If this video resonated with you or someone you know, please share it. Spreading awareness is the first step toward creating change. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more content on navigating life's challenges and building mental resilience. Take care of yourselves and each other.